Welcome back, everybody. Do you guys like making sausages? Because today we are making an all pork sausage and we're going to cook it two different ways. I figured it was time to show you in a full length video how to make this sausage, because I did a short and I will put the screen capture of it, and I think it's around 90,000 views. The problem is with the short, it's a 1-minute clip. It's fast, you can't explain anything, and I've had lots of people ask me how to do things and they're complaining it's too short, but that's what a short is. Can't help that. But anyways, today we're going to do it from start to finish, and we are cooking it two different ways. This sausage, like many of my other ones, starts with two ingredients that I really like to use a lot. That is your pork butt, and I have pork belly trim, which is a nice ratio of fat and meat. And every time I do anything with bellies, I trim that off. I save that because I know I'm going to use it for sausage. Anyways, we're going to open this up, grind it, and then based on the weight I have of the final grind, I'm going to weigh the spices on that. Okay, here we go. I don't really need to do anything to that because that's already been cut up. I just need to break it up before we grind it. The pork butt here, I always get a boneless one. Honestly, for those few cents per kilo more that they charge for this, it's great. I don't mind paying because it's a great deal. So for this, I'm actually just going to cut it up into pieces big enough that they'll fit down the throat of the grinder. But we are going to grind these two separate, and I'm going to explain why. And yes, I did a thing. If you see, this is not my normal little grinder. I treated myself at Christmas time. I know I haven't shown it on camera. Well, I did one short, like an unboxing, but I haven't actually shown this in a video yet. This thing is a beast. It's the Lem number 32 big bite 1.5 horsepower grinder. This thing is awesome. Yeah, and I'm excited to use it. This thing is a real grinder. Like, these parts are heavy duty. This thing is going to last me a lifetime, and it's awesome. Here you go. This is an auger. If you see here, it's much wider at this end to this end because this is where the meat drops in, gives it a chance to really fall in, and then compresses it till it gets to the knife and plate. Fantastic. Now that's a knife. That thing is beautiful. We are going to grind the pork butt and the belly differently. The pork butt, I've got a 6mm plate, and I've got a 4.5mm plate, which is what we're going to run the bellies through. The reasoning there is, this is a old principle that I was taught on. It's nicer to have bigger chunks of meat in the sausage versus the fat. It just looks better if the fat pieces are smaller, unless that is the type of sausage you're making. But let's say for 90% of them, it's nicer to have bigger chunks of meat than the fat. It's just a visual thing. It does nothing to the bind, spicing, whatever. It's just strictly visual. But that's the principle I go by. It works, and people seem to enjoy it. Anyways, we're going to start with the pork belly. Smaller plate. That there. Hand tight is all you need. Now this is the meat tray. Now this is a meat tray. I'm putting it on here. With this, you can actually load up quite a bit of meat and not worry. And yes, like always, your plunger, a very necessary tool, because especially with something like this, this will take fingers off, so make sure you use it. We're only going to grind this once because I have something else I'm going to show you on how to mix this. We don't need to grind it twice. Okay, I'm just going to put this to the side for now. Looks fantastic. That's through the 4.5 mil plate. I'm just going to switch this out and then we'll do the pork butt. And there we go. That is through the 6.5 mil, or 6 mil, sorry. I like to be very accurate at this point because I'm going to weigh out proportionally so much this, and that way I know exactly how much spices I'm going to weigh out. I'm going to go weigh these now and then weigh out the spices. Don't worry, I will have the complete list of the recipe below. Got everything weighed out. Like I said, I'm going to put everything below exactly what I've put in. So I've got the spices, I've got the salt, and I've got the water. That's all that's going in. Just let me set up this next piece and then we're gonna get everything mixed. Yeah, I kind of went all out. I have this 50-pound lamb mixer. Now with this thing, you can use it on your own and there's a hand crank, but I bought this version because if you see here, it joins together with the grinder and you use the grinder to actually rotate the auger inside of it. Beautiful. Tighten this up. I will show you what it looks like inside. Now this thing does tilt. I'm going to show you here. So that when you want to take the finished product out, you can just tilt it and dump it into your bowl. I know, I'm kind of short, this table's too high, whatever. So, I'm going to just do it by hand, so I'm actually going to just load it by hand and then I will show you the mixing action of this. This is beautiful because I can make a ton of sausage because you saw how fast all this stuff got ground. And this saves me a lot of sore arms because this thing does a fantastic job on mixing and it can make it a lot faster than I can do it by hand. I'm going to turn it on and like always the first thing we're going to add is the salt to get that mixed in, spices and then water. Oh yeah, plug it in would help. Yes, it gets a little noisy, so I'm going to just finish this off, let it go for about 4 or 5 minutes till I get the tackiness I want, and then we're going to take it out and stuff it. Look at this, beautiful. Now this is close to, I think, a 7 kilo bat. Just 7.5 kilo, which is on the small side for this mixer because this is a 50-pound mixer. They have a smaller mixer, but I figured, you know what, I want to make more and more sausage, so I get the bigger one and just make bigger batches. There you go, it comes out that easily. Get off whatever meat I can off of this, because we want to make sausage. I didn't talk too much about temperature, but in my opinion, from my experience, most guys say temperature and being really cold is really crucial. I'm gonna go on the opposite side with that a little bit because this currently is at 13 degrees Celsius, which is 55 Fahrenheit. You're going to gain temperature through grinding. You're going to gain temperature through mixing. A very, very cold sausage mix is going to take a lot longer to create that bind. So if you've got a little bit of a warmer mix like I had, that bind happens a lot faster too. I'm not saying they're wrong, but this is my opinion. I've been doing it like this for a long, long time, and it always works. So I just wanted to touch on that. There's lots of different theories on that. Now, if you're making salami, yes, definitely cold, cold, cold for other reasons, but you're making a sausage that you're probably 90% of the time going to cook right away or smoke. And if it's up a little bit in degrees, not going to hurt it. Anyways, enough talking. I'm going to load this up and then we're going to get stuffing. There again, I'm using a 2932 hog casing. I've had these soaking for about an hour now. You thoroughly rinse them because they are packed in salt. And yes, they like to bind up on each other. And to make it easier to get on the horn, always put a little bit of water through. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to stuff them all out and then I will twist them. Okay, got that all done. And like the way I do it, I pinch the first one, pinch the second one, and twist. That way I make two at the same time. I know, I'm not quite enough room here. So same thing, pinch, pinch, twist, and that way I've got two. You're not doing individual, which is okay. It just takes longer. Pinch, pinch. And what you do with the straggler, if you have one extra, just put it in between the last pair. And there you go. Got that all done. It's all twisted off. Looks great. What I'm going to do now, because this is a video to show you same sausage but cook it two different ways, like we said in the beginning. These guys here, we're going to smoke. And this little bunch here, we're going to boil off and then do a comparison. Okay, we're going to throw these in the smoker. I've got it at 200. I'm going to keep it around there. Probably should only take an hour and a half, 2 hours-ish. I'm just going to cook them till an internal of 71 degrees Celsius, or like, was that like 164, 165 Fahrenheit, just till they're done. And then we're going to test them. I am going to spread them out because you don't want them touching. There we go, halfway in roughly. And spread these guys out. There you go. See you later. The sausage in the smoker are almost done, and I'm just actually heating this water up. We're going to throw them in. Realistically, I'm not going to have the water boiling. I'm going to have it simmering. You don't want it in a full boil. It could burst the sausage. This way, probably 25 minutes-ish. So they're almost done. They're going to go in, and I'm going to try and have them done all at the same time, and then do the taste test. They are going in. Just like that. I'm going to maintain this it's just at a nice little simmer, nothing too hot. The ones in the smoker are like almost done, so I'm going to have to pull them very, very shortly. So my timing is a little off, but that's okay. Okay, I just probed them. They are done. Turn that off so it's going to get a little quieter. I'm going to add a little bit more ice because they're hot. And don't worry, I'll be able to tell them apart because you'll see why. Just take these out. Okay, the moment of truth. I'm just going to pull one of these and one of these. There you go. You got the smoked version and you got the simmered version or boiled. Now you got to remember, it's the same sausage, same casing, same everything. It just, you finished it a different way. Totally, I'm going to say it's totally different sausage. The taste will be different too. Going to cut it lengthways just to give you a nice cross section. Look at that. That looks great. Now if you look at the boiled one, the color is the same all the way through. It's the more gray color because we use regular salt. Looks good. Now here on the smoked one, because we use regular salt, you can really see the difference because you'll see with the smoke where the smoke actually penetrated into the meat, turned it pink, but then the middle is still gray. That's normal, that's okay, that's because we use regular salt. But overall, I'm happy, they look good. You can also see what I'm talking about, having the meat pieces bigger than the fat pieces. It's more pleasing to the eye. I think so. That's how I was brought up and that's how I was taught. Now, I'm going to try this one first. Very good. Good flavor. Good bite. But for me, it's missing something. And I know what it is. It's that smoke. And let's go to this one. That's what it's missing. It's when you taste that smoke on a sausage or whatever, it's just fantastic. They're both awesome, but I would gravitate to the smoked one. Nothing wrong with either of them. Now the real test would be let them cool down properly and then heat them up and then serve them like that. But I'm going to say some people will prefer that over that and vice versa, but that's a personal preference. But I just wanted to show you that you can make multiple products out of the same base. As long as you have a little bit of creativity. That's what they do in, I'm going to say, the real world. Have a base and then make multiple products out of it. Anyways, everybody, thanks for watching. If you have questions, leave them below. I will get to them. If I've missed anything you think, leave your questions below. I will get to them. I'm happy. Another great sausage, very simple. But if you actually paid attention, you notice I didn't put something in here. And that's a binder. Because if you know what you're doing, and you follow the ratios of sausage making and get a good bind and all that, you don't need binders. I didn't put any rice flour in, potato starch or anything like that. Sometimes it calls for it, but it's not too greasy. It's not fatting out. There you go. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. And like always, happy eating.